Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Tech India. This is session 11 for the series Actual Exam Questions for AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner Exam. So let's start this video with question number 51st of this series. Which of the following is a software development framework that a company can use to define cloud resources as code and provision the resources through the AWS Cloud Formation? Here are the options: AWS CLI, option B, AWS Developer Center, option C, AWS Cloud Development Kit, that is AWS CDK, option D, AWS Code Star. So here in the question, it is asking which of these following development framework can company use to define resources as a code and provision the resources through cloud formation? So now take your time to guess the correct one. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option C, AWS Cloud Development Kit, that is AWS CDK. Because AWS CDK is a software development framework for defining cloud infrastructure as a code, that is IAC, and provisioning resources using familiar programming language. It could be any of your choice. It allows developer to use programming languages such as Python, TypeScript, or Java and define AWS infrastructure, making it easier to manage and provision resources. And what if we talk about AWS CLI? It is a command line tool that allows users to interact with AWS resources using commands. While it is useful for managing AWS resources, it is not specifically designed for defining cloud resources as a code or provisioning resources through cloud formation. So this is not correct. Now AWS Developer Center. There is no specific service or tool named as AWS Developer Center in AWS. So this is just a general term that is used as option. So this is not correct, obviously. Now AWS Code Star. It is a fully managed service for quickly developing, building, and deploying application on AWS. While it includes feature of continuous integration and deployment, it is not primarily focused on defining cloud resources as code using a framework like CloudFormation. But in the question, it is clearly mentioned through AWS CloudFormation. So option C is correct here. Now question number 52. A company is developing an application that uses multiple AWS services. The application need to use temporary limited privilege credential for authentication with other AWS APIs. Which service or feature should the company use to meet these authentication requirements? Here are the options: Amazon API Gateway, option B, IAM users, option C, AWS security tokens, that is AWS STS, option D, IAM instance profiles. So these are the options. The requirement of the question is that there should be limited privilege credentials for authentication and it should be temporary as well. And the application is requiring that temporary credentials. So now take your time to guess the correct one. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be AWS Security Token Service, that is AWS STS. Because AWS STS is the correct choice for providing the temporary limited privilege credentials. It enables you to request temporary credentials with a specific set of permissions, which can be used to authenticate with other AWS services. So this is correct option. But what is the purpose of Amazon API Gateway? Right? Because we should be aware about that as well. API Gateway is used for creating, publishing, maintaining, monitoring, and securing APIs. It doesn't directly provide you temporary credentials for authentication. So this is not correct answer here. Now, what is the purpose of IAM user? It also provides you with the permissions, right? And for authentication as well, right? Yeah, that is correct. But IAM users are for long-term credentials associated with specific users or application. They are not designed for temporary access and are not suitable for this requirement. And here, temporary is the requirement, but it is for long term. So this is also not correct. Now, what about IAM instance profile? IAM instance profile are also used for providing AWS identity and access management role to EC2 instances. While they are related to IAM roles, They are specific to EC2 instances and may not be suitable for most options for non-EC2 services in this scenario. AWS STS is the more generic and flexible solution for temporary credential requirement. We have discussed IAM instance profiles are for EC2 instance specific, IAM users are for long-term authentication, and Amazon API gateway is totally for different thing. It is for creating, publishing, maintaining, and monitoring and securing the APIs, not for providing any authentication. So option B is correct here. Now question number 53. Which AWS service is a cloud security posture management service that aggregates alert from various AWS services and partner product in a standardized format? Options are AWS Security Hub, option B, AWS Trusted Advisor. Option C, Amazon Event Bridge. Option D, Amazon Guard Duty. Take your time to guess the correct answer. Okay, this time instead of directly revealing the answer, I'm just first explaining the options itself. Then you can try to guess. So what is AWS Security Hub? AWS Security Hub is a service that aggregates and prioritizes security findings from various AWS services and integrated partner products. It provides a centralized view of security alerts and compliance status, helping users to identify and remediate security issues. Right? So it seems quite obviously like this is the answer itself, right? Because this is the requirement of the question as well, to aggregate and prioritize security findings and then to fix them as well. Now, what is AWS Trust Advisor? It provides recommendations for optimizing AWS resources for cost saving, performance, security, and fault tolerance. While it offers security related checks, it is not specifically a CSPM service, that is Cloud Security Posture Management. Now, what is about Event Bridge? It is a event bus service that enables event driven architecture. This is like if this particular event happens, then this should be the action. This is something like that, right? Now, Amazon Guard Duty. This is a threat detection service that continuously monitors for malicious activity and unauthorized behavior in AWS account. It generates findings related to security threat, but it is not a CSPM service for aggregating alert in a standardized format. That is the requirement of the question here. It will not aggregate just like the security hub. So security hub is the correct answer here. Now question number 54. Which AWS service is always provided at no charge? Here are the options: Amazon S3, AWS Identity and Access Management, option C, Elastic Load Balancer, option D, AWS WAF. And you should be able to guess the answer for this, but take your time. Now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be AWS Identity and Access Management, because this is the only service for which there are no additional charges. You must be already aware there are charges for Amazon S3, even there are multiple tiers for the charge. Elastic Load Balancer is also a chargeable service. AWS WAF is also a chargeable service. Only IAM is not the chargeable service. Now question number 55. To reduce cost, a company is planning to migrate a NoSQL database to AWS. Which AWS service is fully managed and can automatically scale throughput capacity to meet the database workload demands? Here are the options: Amazon Redshift, option B, Amazon Aurora, option C, Amazon DynamoDB, option D, Amazon RDS. You can take your time to guess the correct answer. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option C, Amazon DynamoDB, because it is a fully managed NoSQL database service provided by AWS. It is designed to provide low latency, high throughput performance for applications, and DynamoDB can automatically scale throughput based on applications demand, making it suitable choice for workload with varying traffic problems. So this is correct answer here. And what's about Amazon Redshift? Amazon Redshift is a fully managed data warehouse service, but it is not a NoSQL database. right? Amazon Redshift is not a NoSQL database, but question is asking about NoSQL, right? So this is not correct option. Now Amazon Aurora. Amazon Aurora is a fully managed relational database service. While it offers automatic scaling, it may not be optimal choice for NoSQL. So this is also not correct. Now what about Amazon RDS? Amazon RDS is a managed relational service that support various database engines. It may not be the best fit for NoSQL. So in case of NoSQL, in most of the cases, you can directly go for Amazon DynamoDB, but still you should go through all the options. It may be other scenario as well. So mark the answer carefully. So friends, this was all in this video. Thanks for watching this video. Please do subscribe this channel. Tech India.